guys, we're back with Duncan. So remember, what I'm doing is getting this dog healing. And I'm only, maybe a couple weeks away from doing the office. But because he's so distracted in this environment, what I'm not going to do is micromanage the behavior of heel. If you do that, what you want to think of is you're always using the collar. You know, these birds need to do a better job around here. I can see that. They're picking up all these food these people drop. This is what that thing is doing. It's eating a Ritz cracker. You don't want to micromanage the behavior to the point the dog says, everything that's happening is happening right here. I'm always kind of driving the dog in my direction. That's why they seem to find me so interesting. Oh, and I forgot to say this. There's this guy, because now this dog, it's time to talk about Dave, had a Dave cover. Remember that guy I showed you the cover and I said this guy has the best Dave cover?
Yeah.
And so then he was like, thought that was really, he really appreciated my compliment.
Right.
From a super fan, come on.
Yeah.
I'm not just a casual Dave Haas fan.
Right,
I am,
right.
Expecting an award from Stage It, at least a little plaque, that says Fan of the Year from Stage It, not Dave, of course.
Yeah.
But, so then I said, all right, he's going to have to get a little bit. So again, I'm not micromanaging my behavior. Anyway, Kristen, it's fine. Back to my story. So then I said, Kristen, who cares? I'll tell you who cares. This guy on YouTube, that's who cares. So, look, that must have been their alcohol watermelon that they had.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so then I said, can you do a Ben Nichols cover? Because this guy does a lot of covers. Well, this guy's never heard of Ben Nichols. So don't say I'm not changing the world because I've now introduced this guy to Ben Nichols. So he found one. He came back on there a couple days ago and said he found one. He's working on it. And I didn't ask which one or whatever. And I said, then I told him about how perfectly, because I think I said, are you in love with him or something? Because perfectly straight men, fall madly in love with this guy. And, if I was capable of that emotion, I'd probably fall madly in love with him too. And then, I just said, like, he's like a legend or whatever. So then he came back on today and said he found one. He's learning it, and, he doesn't know, if he can ever hear all of them. And I said, oh, yeah, you can, because the whole catalog's on YouTube. All right, so look, what I want to do now, because the dog is saying it doesn't want to be with me, and it's not all, the psychic or whatever, I'm going to make him believe that he wants to be with me. We need to get Thimble for a birthday's watermelon. Plus, we need to have a Thimble birthday party.
Oh, that'd be cool, yeah.
I made up some fake birthday. We're going to have to
Yeah.
So at least he's now kind of back interested in me again. But it would be my preference from here to be able to use the collar to get the dog to come back to me. Once I pick up the leash, and I'm really back to you, but I'm not going to take back. Versatility doing this good. And I promise you, this dog is going to be a little, by the end of the summer, I'm going to have this thing a little fancy. So I was holding the pager thing down the whole time. When he didn't respond, I did start adding the pressure. Holding it down, holding it down, holding it down. Hold on. Butterflies. So even though I did have this dog healing and stuff, I'm more than willing to go back to this stage. For the bigger picture. So I can sit at the top of my little shoes. Because I'll tell you who he finds interesting. Really not continuing to say that given the pressure I'm really, I would kind of, Duncan, say that it's probably the same thing with horses. I don't know, I wish I would have done the videos back when I do have some videos of the horses, but when I took them to the training school, because Ted Sokol is really, really a great trainer. I want it to be, understand the bigger picture for the dog is that it isn't different now that the leash is off. I want to go spy on Artie. It's just like me, just when he looks, we'll just be like looking through the bushes. It'll be real creepy and stalkerish. Come on. Duncan! So you see how already he does? There's already burning light. Looks like Artie's getting dreads.
Yeah.
You can see where that could be against the law starting to fight. Oh, come on.
Huh.
Oh, you never saw him do that?
No.
Oh, you haven't been watching the show long enough. Duncan! Alright, so now that I fairly got the dog's attention. Duncan! Because we have to go to Publix right after this and get the pizza. And maybe we'll see John working in the produce department to have the phone. Because now we're just going to straight reality show. And we've already figured out a great place to do our pranks, which is going to be at the party on the beach at Flagler. Duncan, I'll tell you who loves kids, this dog. Duncan. No. You little kid lover. Oh! You really don't want to hurt him. Duncan! Oh no, he's fighting. No, this will be a good distraction. What you don't want to do. Duncan! Just continue to restrain him. I promise you, by the end of the summer, time we go see Dave. We're on countdown to Dave at my house. Just don't tell Dave. Like he cares. Take my job at Dave's top supporter very seriously, very seriously. Duncan! Good. So, what I have to say to myself is, you better come loaded for bear when you go out in public with this one, which tells me next time I probably bring chicken or something, but he's doing fabulous. I've got to tell you, I love